Welcome to another XL Gaming cast. I'm Son of Evil. Tonight I'm joined once again by Isolated, and we'll be casting MDT versus WLC. We've not seen MDT before, so this will be our first time with those guys, but we did get the luxury of casting a fantastic game between WLC and the aptly named... What was it that we called them, Isolated? Team Fields. It's Team Fields,
we just ended up calling them by their captain's name, which I don't know, it doesn't seem appropriate, but we did that, and it worked out fine. I can say that.
I added a couple of them on Steam, and they've yet to accept. I was going to suggest that maybe they name themselves Team Fields.
Maybe they just don't like you.
You're right. Maybe they don't. Maybe they've seen the cast, and they think that we're both trash, and they want absolutely nothing to do with us.
Well, did they lose? They lost, though.
No, they won.
Okay.
WLC, the Dire, WLC, the Radiant, are the guys that lost last night that we are casting tonight.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't fight as much as last game, and they take the farm when they should, and they take the fights when they should, because there was way too much fighting in that last game.
No, there was not enough fighting. That was a fantastic game, and I hope there was every bit as much fighting as this time, because my voice isn't hoarse at the end. I'm going to be very disappointed. So let's take a moment to have a look at this draft. You know, we're almost halfway through the banning stage at the moment, with both heroes banned out on each side. We see Rubik banned out, which is a very interesting first ban. Do you think that tells a little bit about what they might be planning to pick? Maybe they're wanting to pick up like an Enigma, or...
Well, I don't know. That's a bit far-fetched. Enigma is it's a very weird pick to pick up.
It's a niche pick, right?
You ain't gonna pick that early anyway. It's gonna be a surprise pick, and I think generally you want to ban the offlaners that you know are strong in the meta, which is what most of them have done.
I feel like Rubik is a niche ban, so I would expect it to be accompanied with perhaps a niche pick.
It's almost like a respect ban, like if they know somebody plays Rubik, but I don't think they know each other really.
Yeah, I was gonna say normally that's the sort of thing you would expect as a respect ban, but I don't know if these teams know each other.
No. Well.
Radiant team pick.
So, first pick, Keeper of the Light. Definitely interesting. I don't think we've seen much Keeper of the Light in the current meta outside of pairings with Bristleback, who was first banned by WLC.
Yeah. Well, seems like they might have a plan then if they're going Keeper to farm, but Night Stalker pick's gonna be killing that Keeper very quickly.
Immediate Night Stalker ban. Sorry, pick. The immediate Night Stalker pick to counter that Keeper of the Light. So
it's a very good roamer at the moment, Night Stalker. I think he's like super strong. I don't know why, but every time that I come across a Night Stalker in a game, he just kills me out of the tower. And if he has an orb at the start, you can just take those early fights. You can go for a smoke gank. So much stuff that you can do. You can put him offlane, you can put him support. It's just an awesome first pick, but gives away a lot of
Disruptor.
Yeah, see now they can pick stuff up to catch him.
Yeah, Disruptor's very good against the puck as well. So I think that's a very, very well considered second pick from MDT.
Bloodseeker bans, man. This happened last game. It's random Bloodseeker bans.
It did too. Do you remember what they picked? They picked up. They picked up a mobility. Was it a Timber Saw that they got? I don't think so.
No, they had a Bristle. They had a Bristle.
Yeah, they did. They did have the Bristle, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did they have something else? A high mobility hero?
I can't remember, man. To be honest, I know the other team picked up a Troll, but as far as that goes, I can't remember what the carry or the core was in the other team. It's just like a weird thing to ban. I don't know. I feel like there's more important things. This is the same team that banned it, eh?
Yeah, I believe so.
So they just must hate it. Maybe they just...
I was just going to think that it could just be something that they really don't like to play against.
Because like Puck builds Lincolns if he needs to, so it's not the worst thing in the world to let the Bloodseeker go through. The NP ban as well. Like I haven't seen that hero in so long. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Do you think the Bloodseeker could be like preemptively banned out because they're planning on running a position 3 Night Stalker and they don't want him to get obviously he's very quick hero.
Reserve time.
His ability to move around in the fights and sort of isolate the supports and keep them out of the fight, or even just silence the cause. So do you think that the Bloodseeker ban was targeted towards the Night Stalker, allowing
No.
him to do his job a little bit?
I don't think so. I think Night Stalker comes up good against if he's run as position 3, as you're saying. Like Night Stalker can go good against Bloodseeker carry, because that's usually where people put the Bloodseeker, as far as I've seen with like OG and stuff playing him. Like they usually play him carry. You never see him mid really, because it's just too greedy, especially against like type of heroes that they're gonna pick
10
from mid.
seconds remaining.
That puck could be offlane too, so I reckon this is offlane
5
puck. The way that they're
seconds
picking it, the way that they're banning all these offlane heroes, they don't care.
Yeah, it's certainly a very flexible
Radiant team
pick to grab the puck. You can put him mid, you can put him in the off lane.
Yep.
It's left them very open to decide what they want to do with their next 3 picks. All they've really given away at this point is that they have a core puck.
Yep, and the
10
Dire are
seconds
banning
remaining.
Jakiro, so they're trying to stop the push.
5
They've got
seconds
Keeper
remaining.
as well. They're probably going for some hard carry. That's really going to
Reserve
farm them
time.
through the game.
Do you think if they're planning on playing the Night Stalker in a position in a fourth farm priority position, that I was literally about to say the Warlock, but they beat me to
Dire
it.
team pick.
That they wanted a lane babysitting support that offered a bit of team fight as well.
With the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've
I
got a
don't know.
roaming hero, you generally want something that's going to bring a little bit
10
of team fight
seconds remaining.
and some in-lane support.
Yeah, that's the thing with
5
Warlock, is he
seconds
goes
remaining.
wherever there's going to be trouble, and then he just helps out that lane and heals that person up, or assists
Reserve
with
time.
damage, just because he has such long range. He can just zone people, and such a strong hero. This meta, like
He might be
upheaval
my
is
favorite
ridiculous.
laning support at the moment, I think.
Yeah, he's so good.
Just
I'm
his
surprised he wasn't picked up
flexibility.
sooner or banned sooner, to be honest.
So I think MDT probably need to counter with a little bit more team fight in this next pick, because the Dream Coil and the Warlock Rock is going to be very, very scary.
It's a good combo. Yeah, that's that hard carry.
Radiant team
Their
pick.
plan's out. The other team knows what they're doing now. Let's see how they react. They really need to get that like early game pushing hero, because they have nothing that really frontlines now. It's towers, so something like a troll, something that can not care
10
about mana
seconds
leak
remaining.
and maybe not get pulled back by disruptor like a jug.
5 seconds remaining.
How about a life stealer? Do you think that would
Yeah.
work here as well? Yeah, there's the jug.
yeah.
Someone just
Dire
with a
team
built-in
pick.
magic immunity.
Yeah, he's just generally good against disruptor. Doesn't get pulled back and can kill Spectre pretty early. Doesn't care about Coddle too much. It's a good pickup. Needs to be that frontlining hero
10
that
seconds
can just
remaining.
get rush and stuff and do things for him.
Radiant team ban.
Interesting Necrophos pick too.
Yeah, it's an offlane necro.
Are you certain that's not going to be their mid?
I don't think he's as good mid as he was before
10
after the
seconds
changes,
remaining.
but he goes really good against Jug because he can
5
use that.
seconds remaining.
What's that new spell called? Ghost Shroud. He
But
doesn't-
then Ghost Shroud increases the amount of magic
Reserve
damage he
time.
takes. Surely he
Yeah.
just gets destroyed by Blade Fury. I don't really see how Necrophos lanes very well against the Juggernaut, especially with the Warlock as well.
yeah, but
that's a
Jug
lot
has
of-
like low
That's a lot of magic
HP,
damage.
so as long as he doesn't get caught, like he'll have boots if he's offlane. Generally, he won't be caught by the Jug spin. If he does, he's dead, 100%. If that Night Stalker comes on him and Jug spins, he's dead. But that's not the play for him, hopefully.
I just feel like if he doesn't get a couple of early levels, and he's able to successfully get last hits, that a little bit like Bloodseeker, he does rely on getting those last hits to stay in lane.
Dire
'Cause
team
it's
ban.
part of his regen. That if he gets zoned out early, he's going to have a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
He doesn't contest farm particularly well. He doesn't farm neutrals very well. He's not much of a ganker.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
he'll probably end up trading with the Warlock in lane, which
5
he can do
seconds
pretty
remaining.
fine, even with boots. So as long as he's doing that and he's in an XP range, because that Night Stalker is going to be roaming, if he just stays somewhere safe where Night Stalker isn't going to come out and screw up his lane. He'll be fine.
It looks like WLC are still expecting an offlaner because they've just banned out the Earthshaker. So perhaps they're expecting this as a mid necro.
5 seconds remaining.
That's a weird ban, that Earthshaker ban.
He's been very popular as an offlaner.
Reserve time.
Well, they do need stuns. Like, they have nothing right now on that MDT. Let's call him that.
Much easier than Mint Dick T.
Just don't want to have to say dick like 20 times, you know.
And it is an offlane
Radiant
Necrophos,
team pick.
so they've gone for the mid laner.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of lockdown, but I think their farm game is very strong. They need to make this game last and then withstand the pushes.
I do like the
10
Necrophos
seconds
and
remaining.
Lina combo. Obviously with just
5
a
seconds
Reaper's Scythe.
remaining.
Wow, it's mid puck.
Yeah, and offlane
Puck
Axe.
and Lena is a very even lane. It'll be a good lane to watch, to be honest. It
We'll
all
make
comes
sure
down
we,
to timings.
We pay it some extra special attention.
I think Axe is going to have a really good game this game, though.
I feel like his lane goes one of two ways. Either he has a very, very good run against Spectre, or he struggles against this tri lane.
I think.
I don't know that they necessarily kill him, but I definitely think they have the ability to zone him out.
Yeah, they'll zone him 100%. Coddle does that. He's just so strong in the lane, like from level 1, especially with Disruptor. But like that's kind of
10
expected. They
seconds
need to
remaining.
try lane for the Spectre, and then the Lena needs to have a good game because
5
if the Lena doesn't have a good
seconds
game, they can't really kill the Axe. I think.
I think this is one of the reasons that Axe was such a good pickup for them, is that he can handle being zoned out. And that is, he can retreat back to the jungle, and he farms really, really fast. I don't know if there's an offlaner that farms neutrals as fast as he does.
Yeah, or an offlaner that can lane against the Coddle Disruptor Spectre. Like, there isn't really any good viable pick for them, so picking that something that can go into the jungle, which is what they needed, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
The only other hero I could think of that was maybe tanky enough to survive that was going to be,
Prepare
I guess, a
for
Tidehunter, but
battle.
he was round 1 banned, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely on board with his Axe pickup. So let's have a look at the heroes. We'll introduce the teams and see who's playing what. So we've got RF playing the Puck. Move over to Warlock, who's already making good progress into the jungle, and these smokes are just going to miss each other, planning that ward. So it looks like he's going to be very aggressive early on in this Warlock. Looking down, we've got Woglet on the Juggernaut. Zed Jackie over on the Axe. And on the Night Stalker, we've got number 1. Moving across to the Dire, so on MDT, we've got one-on-one Adversity.
Ooh, thanks.
Prolific on Necrophos. Then we have Mong on the Spectre. Over on the Keeper of the Light, we've got
30
337.
seconds to battle.
And finishing up with Pammy on the Disruptor.
Are we just gonna call that guy number 1, or just call him 1?
Well, we either call him number or we call him 1.
We're gonna be saying his name a lot because he's gonna be everywhere on the map, and if he isn't, then I'll be very surprised. But I think we just call him 1. Yeah, so he hasn't got the boots. He's just got the windlace on Necro, but I think he's still fine with that. Like, I'm surprised that Night Stalker got the stout. I don't think he needs that. Shouldn't be taking hits really. Be a good lane to watch. This laning stage is going to be very interesting because whoever wins the laning stage is really going to determine what happens throughout the game, I think.
I actually really, really enjoy Juggernaut as a pick into a Spectre, because she just comes online so much faster. Which is exactly what you need.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. They needed that push, and they'll get picks. The objective for them is to get picks and then end up pushing as soon as they can. And
Get picks,
they've got the
grab
Lena clear
towers.
and the Coddle clear to try and deal with that, which, in my opinion, can work. I'm sort of favouring the die here. As long as Spectre gets his farm and he gets his items in time without dying to like a quick axe blink or something.
It's interesting. That's something we neglected to discuss is whose draft you favour. Obviously, it looks like you're on the side of MDT here. And I'm actually a much bigger fan of the WLC draft. It feels like it's going to be easier to execute. I think in spite of some of the ultimates, they bring some better team fight. And that is at 15 minutes when you've got Jug with Healing Ward right-clicking a tower, it's very hard to commit onto that.
Yeah, they don't have any. Yeah, that's right. They don't really have that initiation, eh? Like their initiation is that disruptor.
They have to. I think they have to rely on perhaps like the Lina just zoning and right-clicking, and then when the Jug eventually has to back up from hitting this tower, that they then glimpse him back, drop the Static Storm, and then the fight starts.
Yeah, that's like a counter initiation is what you're talking about. But like for them coming into the other team, like Dire coming to Radiant to fight, how do they initiate that? They don't really do it. Like even when they get items, like I said last game, there was like a Wraith King or something. They got Blink, and that was like their opportunity to like start taking fights because they can start blinking and stunning people. This time it just seems really hard. Like Shadowblade maybe on Lina, or like Diffusal on Spec. Those are like both openings, but there's no real stun. The other team has the Axe, they have the Puck, they have Night Stalker, they have so much. Even the Warlock ulti.
Yeah, not something you often see, the Warlock ulti to start a fight, but it's definitely an option. And it looks like they're opting to go for a dual lane, which I think is really important for this Necrophos. As I mentioned, I feel like he was just going to get zoned out very easily.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do feel like a Coddle and Necrophos tri-lane can take it to the... Sorry, dual lane can take it to the WLC try. And they won't be sacrificing this Axe as well.
I think they still lose this
lane.
I think Necro might go down, like, eventually.
Actually, he's in a bit of trouble now.
Yeah. See, like, even that dual lane, like, that Coddle doesn't really do anything. What can he do? Just blindly illuminate people?
He hasn't even skilled anything yet, actually. Just holding on to it at the moment.
I think they really should have just tri-laned and zoned that Axe completely. Like, they should have just sacked bot and did something.
Yeah, they're not
else.
doing a fantastic job of zoning him at the moment. They've pushed the wave underneath his tower, which, you know, is not too bad at all if you're this Axe. He's got enough regen with him as well.
You've been burned.
Axe is doing a good job.
This sustains. Go.
Yeah, he's got 5 last hits versus 7 on the Spectre. So if you're Axe, you're pretty happy with how this is going at the moment.
Yeah, it seems pretty basic at the moment, but I have a feeling that this Necro offlane may die very soon, because whenever Jug gets level 2 spin and they have the Night Stalker roam in, like he's doing right now, like he's coming in from...
And he's got enough for his boots. It looks like Juggernaut's going to go pick it up now.
Yeah. The things get very hairy for them right now. Here he comes.
Yeah, he's got it. Yep. Oh, they're going to go win on the Juggernaut. Spin coming out. Slows her out. Keep it alight. A lot of trouble. Down he goes. Very, very easy first blood for them. And Axe has got himself in a sticky situation. He's just going to TP out and he's going to be just fine.
I don't know if he needed a TP out then. Yeah.
I think he's just playing on the safe side. He was pretty low on HP, and he didn't have any regen left either. So
certainly, like they have no mana. Certainly, really the ticks of the disruptor hitting him, it's going to annoy him in this lane. But he doesn't have any creep waves there, so he can probably go get the bounty and just recover from there.
He's got the stout shield and the level 2 in counter helix, so he'll probably just farm these camps, given how far pushed up it is at the moment into their lane.
Missing top.
Mid lane's going pretty standard.
Oh, yeah, Lina leading at the moment. Oh, yep. Oh, Puck just opting to jump out. Doesn't want to commit into that. He's probably a couple of hits away from getting burst down by the Lina, so probably not a bad choice there.
Yeah, Lina's doing well here, like pushing in her lane so that she can get the rune. That's what it takes when it's like these even matchups. You really need to like take the runes and make something change. Otherwise it's just going to be free farming for both of you. Nobody's going to get
Yep,
ahead.
so first night time, Night Stalker's already making his rotation, comes in, gets the Void out onto her, Lots of slows. Puck's picked up the haste rune. Just going to run her down here. She does manage to get the stun, but is it going to be enough? He does have the illusory orb up, and the right click's going to secure the kill.
May you ride on nether zephyrs.
And the cuddle's there now. I don't think the cuddle is really achieving what he needs to be doing right now. He could be in jungle, he could be at top. There's better things he can be doing than just moving around. It's not really functioning anyway in that little bit team.
I feel like if he was in the bottom lane, just casting Chakra Magic constantly onto this Necrophos, that he could probably be having a bit of a better time just spamming out that heal bomb of his.
Yeah, but then he's taking Necro's XP, and it's just better things the Coddle can do this patch.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A lot of Coddles usually just go jungle and they just come out with better things than you expect.
Oh, Axe, watch out, Axe, you're getting chased down. Glimpse comes out, it's going to bring him back. They do put the Static Storm out, but it's not going to catch him. He does drop the call, but gets killed in spite of it.
Yep, that's what should be happening.
Oh, here we go. Necrophos in a bit of trouble now. Spin comes out. In comes the Night Stalker. They just don't have enough damage. Remember the right clicks Night Stalker.
They Ghost Shrouded. Like, didn't hit him.
The Ghost Shroud TP, of course.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's such a good thing. Even though she was getting spin on, like, he can just TP out there. Even if he just TPs to Shrine, but he obviously didn't want to do that for whatever reason.
I think if you're Night Stalker in future, when you've got the upheaval out, which is obviously you're slow, you can probably afford to hold on to the Void, I think, and just save it for that TP.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit hard. He's a bit mana drained at the moment, to be honest. Like, a Night Stalker without mana, even at night, it's really nothing. Unless you get a nice catch. Puck's got ulti here, though.
Oh, yep, they're going onto the Puck. Lena, sorry, onto the Lena. Lena's fighting back, throwing right clicks out. Puck says, no thank you. The illusory orb straight back out, and Night Stalker's going to run back to lick his wounds.
There's a regen on Puck there. So
Necrophos getting run down by the Juggernaut here, but just being able to escape the Blade Fury.
The Axe is maybe dead? No. Oh man, it's close.
Right click. Not quite enough. In comes the Puck. Drops the illusory orb in. Waning Rift. Silence comes out. Right click's coming out onto Disruptor. Does manage to get the kill, and I think he's just going to keep trading with 337. One more's going to get it done. That's it. Spectre in trouble now, running back through the trees.
This is exactly what they need to be doing, pressuring the Spectre, because...
Excellent movement. Oh, down in the bottom lane. Blade Fury takes out Necrophos as Lena comes down, immediately drops the Laguna, secures the kill with the Dragon Slave. Excellent rotation there.
Yeah, that was nearly terrible, but Lena comes in with the save. Very lucky. Puck's getting a lot there.
Yeah, he might have lost the lane, but he's making up for it with these rotations now. And, ooh, Spectre. He could be in a bit of trouble here. Night Stalker comes in, drops the Void, Axe runs in, he does have the call out. He's gonna wait, he's gonna drop it, does have the dunk. Yep, goes for it, kill secured. Well done.
It's 7-2 already.
Oh, I think Axe is gonna be able to get himself away here. Glimpse is on cooldown, and perhaps Disruptor's in some trouble now. It has just gone day, so Night Stalker's not gonna be able to chase that kill down.
I don't think he would have gotten it anyway. It's pretty good though for their lane. The Spectre's really been pushed back, like he's not getting what he wants. He should be getting a free lane farm with people pulling and everything going smoothly for him, but this Axe and these rotations with the Puck is really screwing him up. So.
Yeah, if we do have a look at these last hits, so Axe has got 21, he's 21 and 9 versus the 9 of Necrophos. So it's quite easy to see that the offlane is definitely favoring WLC at the moment.
Yep. Even if, like, net worth, like, Spectre's... He's coming 4th, but he's on 2.7 and Puck's on 4. So is Juggernaut.
Oh, Lena's in trouble again. Dream Coil gets dropped down. She is silenced. Smashes the Lagoon Gate. Right click's coming out. Doesn't quite have the damage to get it done. Stun does miss. He's going to get revealed by creeps, but in comes the Night Stalker, and he's going to be able to get the kill. TP's not going to make it out in time. 337 in trouble now. No stun, no way of cancelling that TP.
If you see that, the puck illusory orbs, and then the cuddle like illuminated at the same time, and then she just blinked out at the exact same time that it was going to hit her and survive. That's so good.
And it looks like Juggernaut just missed out on a kill. No, he did get a kill on the Necrophos as well. He's now respawned. Well, looks like there's a rotation coming in here. Axe is really low on health. He's going to be able to get the Berserker's call out onto the Spectre. Glimpse, unfortunately, doing nothing. Necrophos is level 6, so Axe does get dropped down, and Spectre's just going to use a Haunt to juke this one out. Warlock in a spot of bother, getting chased down. Oh, is he going to have enough damage? I think that's going to finish him off. No, not quite enough damage. Necrophos getting those extra points in Heartstopper unfortunately made him miss out on getting that kill onto the Warlock. He's just going to walk back and heal up now.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's not bad, but the Spectre's still very poor. Needs more. I think they really need to do something on the Dire side to get back into this game, because at the moment they're just getting out farmed and outplayed.
Do you think they need to be looking for a smoke rotation? Maybe
Well,
down onto this Juggernaut?
The Spectre just used ulti in that last fight just to save himself. That makes it very hard for them at the moment, especially with Night Stalker.
Yeah, at 10 minutes, you definitely don't want to be using your Haunt just to save yourself. You want to be using it to join in ganks. You want your Necrophos to find a target. Oh, excellent dodge there by the puck. Lina does have the Laguna, but I don't know if she's going to be able to find the puck here.
Tower is under attack.
No.
She's playing it safe. Rotation's coming in now. It is nighttime. Night Stalker's not going to be able to catch up to the Lina, so...
The problem with the Dire actually doing anything right now is that the Night Stalker's level 6, the Warlock's level 6, he's got Rock. Disruptor's nearly at 6, but not, and this Coddle really has nothing and can do nothing, because he's got 2 in Chakra Magic, which is fine, but it's not going to do anything for his team because there's nobody that's going to spam things that he can help. He just needs to start stacking and start getting a bit of farm in their team. It's fine for them to give towers, it's just they can't keep giving kills like this. It's not going to increase their farm
Axe
at all.
is getting rotated in now. Minor Leak comes out. Glimpse is going to move him back as well. Interesting interaction that doesn't drain his mana. He does get the call out. Disruptor's in a lot of trouble. Gets dunked down. And that's certainly what I would describe as an unsuccessful gank. The kill going three-man fight, and the kill going the way of Axe, who then just gets to run off and escape.
It's just bad communication on Disruptor and Coddle's side. Like, obviously, no, Disruptor pulled him back to himself. He was just standing in the wrong place.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of a mistimed glimpse. So you do have a pause. How do you feel about the Axe's choice to go for that Vanguard first?
Yeah, I think he knows he's going to be fighting a lot early, and they need to have a good, like, outside of laning stage, he needs to survive. If he keeps feeding them or keeps dying in front of them, then that really gives the Dire an advantage that they need, and he knows that he's ahead right now, and he knows if he gets Vanguard, he can just start farming wherever, whenever, because they can't kill him after that. It's similar to the Bristleback that we watched last game. Like, he can just run into people, and then they have to run away, which is good for them. And the blink is essential, but that will come a lot easier with a Vanguard than if he just kept farming for it now.
No, I'm definitely on board with the defensive item pickup. Given that they're 11-3 at the moment, I don't necessarily think that they need to be looking to extend that lead. But do you think he could have gone for a hood instead? Given they really lack a lot of physical damage at this point in the game for MDT, so perhaps some magical resistance might have been a more efficient pickup for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, hood's fine, but you really want to get that Vanguard straight away because you can just go tank Ancients and you can go stack and take whatever you want.
Puck committing in, manages to solo secure a kill onto the Coddle. In a little bit of trouble. Does manage to dodge out a couple of things with the Ethereal Blade. Oh, and the big rock coming in saves him. Axe comes in, gets the double. No, kill Kill stolen by the Puck. They're chasing up to the shrine now. Lina does have the Laguna Gauge. She won't be able to find the kill on Puck. But instead, Axe runs up the hill into the high ground and gets blown up by the Lina.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He's coming back in.
Ballsy play by the Puck, knowing he's got the backup from the Night Stalker. No stun to block that, stop that TP, and once again, Vex is just going to find a way out.
They're just not playing this properly. To be honest, they need to play a lot safer. It's 15-4 at the moment. Like, they're just feeding them kills. This Puck is so far ahead. Like, that's the reason that this Axe can just go Vanguard, because he knows that Puck's going to lock them down with the blink, and most likely he's going to land coils, and then they can't run anyway. Like, the Axe just walked in then and just called them underneath rock. It's just so easy. It shouldn't be that easy for that team. The Spectre's forced to go Blade Mail too now, which is definitely not ideal. But they
That's
need
another great reason. Sorry, go on.
They need to start taking fights, and they need to like get picks to get back in. But I don't know how they're going to, but it needs to happen.
And that's another reason that I think the Axe can afford to skip the blink this game, because he's got the Dream Coil, he's got the stun and the slow from Warlock, and he's got the slow from the Axe instead. Sorry, the Night Stalker. So you know, it's very easy as an Axe to just run in and get those easy calls.
Yeah, well, they can't kill him now. They actually can't kill him. They just have to leave top. They can't do anything there. They have to put Spectre in a place that he can actually farm. He can't farm against an Axe. He's a melee hero. He's a weak carry at the start of the game, so he's just gonna sit up bot and use his Iron Talon to get whatever he can, and they're just gonna babysit him.
Yeah, a lot of heroes gathering around this Spectre at the moment, just trying to secure the farm. He's going for the. Actually, he's just finished the Blade Mail now too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So having a look at the XP difference at the moment, so it's nearly a 10,000 XP lead in favor of the Radiant, and 10,000
Oh, well, you just got
gold XP. Yeah, and we've just
We've
just missed a kill onto the Lina, picked up here by the Juggernaut, who's committed the Omni Slash, and looks like that was all he needed to get the job done.
He's got Diffusal already. It's actually really big. They can just kill anyone and take anything on the map right now. That's what they're doing. Axe is just pushing top, and they're just pushing mid for free because they have to look after the Spectre. I think he'll still buy.
As a Juggernaut, oh, it looks like fight's breaking out top. Night Stalker's run in. He's found himself the Spectre, and Axe manages to just run in and get that blink call off again. Dunk comes out. He manages to get the kill. Necrofrost running away. Does have the Ghost Shroud, and he's going to pop it here. He's not going to be able to TP because there's another Void and another Core. Is he going to get the dunk? Yeah, he's going to take it, and Puck's going to miss out on getting that one with the Illusory Orb.
Yeah, they're getting crushed right now.
I'll take that as tribute.
Dire's top tower is
It's
under
19-4 at 16 minutes, and MDT looking for an answer, which they cannot find. I think they need to really use that Lina and that Necro to get picks, and then somehow maybe use a couple of smokes or something. Like, I haven't seen one smoke this game so far. It's 16 minutes. Usually you see a couple of rotations in sports or something, but
and that was something I touched on earlier. Is that I just feel that this Lina and the Necrofrost, like that's very clearly a combo that they were thinking in the draft, but they just haven't utilized it at all.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the combo per se. Like, anything really combos with a Necro, sorry, but they're gonna find it very hard to fight.
Oh, and Puck,
those heroes don't fight.
Puck comes in, drops the Dream Coil immediately onto the Lina. She's put a bottle down, Arcane Boots, and it looks like she's throwing the game. Yeah, they've just called GG.
That was a quick one.
Yeah, very one-sided game. I definitely think that they could have held on, and there was some chances for them to turn it around, but it looks like they're quite happy just to let that one go.
Yeah, once they get in a situation like that with the Spectre, it's impossible. So I was saying, I don't know how they're gonna pull it back, because that lineup just doesn't do well in the situation like that. They really need to come out laning stage and just have a bit of oomph to them, but nothing worked. None of those lanes won. Every single lane lost, and the Axe got too much with the Puck getting the rotations on point. And
I think this goes back to the Necrofrost pick, which I was questioning during the draft. I did predict him as being a mid, but they ended up running him in the offlane as you suggested, and he just wasn't able to get anything done. He couldn't get any last hits. He couldn't man fight the Jug at all.
You can put Necro in the jungle, I think, but it's not very effective. But they should have had the Coddle top. The Axe shouldn't have got anything. He shouldn't have even got a level. They should have just tri-lane that and got the Spectre complete farm, because the problem with that game was Axe literally traded farm with Spectre and stopped him from getting some farm, which isn't normal. It shouldn't happen. If you have a Spectre, that hero needs 100% farm and needs to be ahead at all times. Definitely not using his ulti to escape at the 10-minute mark. It's not going to happen.
No, I don't think we saw a single aggressive ultimate that game at all.
He couldn't. If he ultied, what was he going to do? Blade mail. There's nothing he could do. It's impossible. But it's just probably one of those games. Maybe they'd have warmed up now, and if they're doing another one, we can see.
Yeah, I've just been told that they're playing another one. So thanks for joining us for this cast, and we'll see you